Hello and welcome. My name's Sam and this is the Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me for our second in this week's stamp set of the week, Yuletide Village. And this is the card we're going to create, the one that we've got on the screen at the moment. It's a little village scene and we're doing it with a little bit of blending, and we've got a couple of focal points here. So let me bring in the supplies and we can start straight away. Okay, so we have Granny Apple Green that measures 8 inches by 5 3/4, and then I have 2 pieces of the white, basic white cardstock, each measuring 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. One for the outside and one for the inside. I'm using the, what do they call it, deckled circles dies. Wow, can't say that for toffee today, can I? I'm using the 7th and the 8th circle from the inside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm using 7 for white and 8 for the back. So I've got the white and the red for the back. Do excuse my dogs if they're not barking, they're playing. And they've just been something to eat, so they should be happy, but obviously not today. Right, okay, so the first thing I need to do is I'm going to take the white circle, a pencil, which I'll just lean across, and then I'm going to work out roughly where I want it to go. Now, on this particular one, I sort of went central, but I'm actually decided I'm going to put it slightly higher up on this one because the Merry here I actually want to put on the actual circle today. So I'm just going to hold it down, and with my pencil I'm just going to draw a rough circle around. Obviously it's not going to be a perfect circle because obviously this has got deckled edgings. Okay. Now the reason for doing that is I am going to do some blending. I'm going to use my Pool Party. Now I've picked this one up, but I'm just going to see if I've got a slightly less brush that I can use. I've got 2 blue ones. Let's use that one. That one seems better. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure there is not too much blue on this side. I'm just going to rub it off on the thing so as you can see there's a tiny bit of blue there. And that just gets off any of the excess blue. And I'm going to use the Pool Party. Now the reason I've used the circle, or I've drawn the circle, is because I want to see, I only want the blue on the outside of the circle. But also if I start from the outside and work, so I start from the inside and work out, I'm not going to get this kind of smudging. So circular motion on my ink pad, check it on the paper, and then I'm just going to work my way round. And as I say, I don't want it to be too dark. It's more of a reflection of light rather than an actual thickness of colour. Okay, so let's go working out. So it's I suppose you could call it a hue, really. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take my white circle now and just pop it over where I drew and just check that I've got enough of the showing, which I have, I think. I could probably do a tiny bit more down there, so I'm just going to tap it onto my ink pad again and just bring it slightly round the bottom. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep hold of the Pool Party, and then they've got this detailed snow, so I'm going to tap it and I'm just going to work its way round the circle. Obviously not all of it will show because when the red circle goes over the edge you will see just a few of the dots, of the snow dots coming round. Okay, if there's not enough, then obviously you can move them slightly further out. There we go. Right, let's see what that looks like now. Put that over to there, and then you can bring your white into the middle here. Okay, so that works. Let me just bring that slightly up so you can see. For some reason it seems to be, there you are, can you see? I've just gone round the outside there. Okay, so that's the pool party finished with for the moment. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this aside, and I'm just going to focus on my white piece, and then I'm going to create a picture. So I've got the early espresso, which I'm going to stamp up my church in. I'm going to bring it down as far as possible here, and I'm just going to stamp it there. Okay, then I'm going to bring in the Christmas tree that I've got, which is in Old Olive. I stamp on there, and then it's just going to pop itself up there in the corner. So there is my church ready to be coloured in. I'm just going to leave that out for a second. And I've actually already, so you don't have to sit there and watch me colour everything in, coloured it in already. However, I haven't coloured in the Christmas trees. If you saw the video on Monday, you will see that I brought in this glorious Wink of Stella, and I made the snow glisten. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to tap it on the edge of my pad here, and then I'm just going to brush over the Christmas tree with the Wink of Stella and colour the Christmas tree in, making sure that it shines with the glistening of the snow effect. So that's the first one, and then obviously we'll see it slightly more up here, and we can just move it around. So really you're just painting the Christmas tree with the ink from the ink pad. So it's another way of using your ink pad and also getting your colour to glisten from your glitter pen, or your Wink of Stella. There we go. So there's my Wink of Stella, and it's coloured in my Christmas tree. Now I haven't done the snow on the church, because what I wanted to do was show you that once you've done that, you haven't actually ruined your Wink of Stella. Just brush it onto a piece of paper and it will get rid of the colour straight away, and then you can carry on colouring in your snow on your picture without having to worry that you've transferred the white or the green or whatever colour you may have used onto the actual glistening of the glitter pen. Well, there's a bit on that windowsill there and a little bit there, and then I'm just going to bring it all around onto here. I'm hoping that you're actually going to be able to see the glitter this time. I know we had a few problems on Monday. Right, let's see if I can tilt it. Let's bring it up there. Oh, come on. If I could pick it up, we'd be okay. Right, let's see if I can... You can just about see the glitter on the roof. There we go. Look at that roof, and the glitter on the tree and the snow. Oh, I don't think I did that bit up there. Oh, I did. There we go. So there is our glistening snow. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring my white piece back in, and I am going to stamp the word Christmas down the bottom, which is the big Christmas here, and I think I'm going to do that in the early espresso. So you just tap it onto your ink pad. If you're not sure, test it first. Yep, happy with that, and then re-ink, and then you can get rid of that hair. Tap it down the bottom. There we go. And there's the word Christmas, and then I've got, as I said, Merry And I want that to be sitting on my actual picture this time. So I want to make sure my picture is straight. There we go. Because what I don't want is for the picture to be wonky, which means then the word merry will be wonky. Okay, and I'm just going to pop that here. Merry. There we go. And then what we can do is we can start assembling the card. So the first thing to do is to attach the actually what I'm going to do is just double check. Now I put snow all the way around my area, but do I want to put snow? I had on this one, if you can see, look, there's tiny bits of snow on the way round. So I think what I will do is I'll do that as well. So I'm going to bring the pool party back in. I'm not going to put much, just a tiny speckle of just snow going around. Maybe a tiny bit. Tiny bit there. I suppose that one up there would look odd otherwise if I don't. I'll go on then and there. There we go. Right, so I've added the snow now. So that can now be popped onto the layer of the, now that's cherry cobbler is the red that I've put there. Come on. Oh, come on. Don't know if anybody saw my posting on Monday. I had been trying to get the glue to come out of my multi-purpose and it wouldn't come out. So I popped it down, got another ink one, very similar to what I'm doing now. And then when I turned round, I discovered that the top of my ink was flowing over. It obviously got a mind of its own and decided when I wasn't looking, it was going to attach itself and overflow. Right, there we go. So that's now added onto there. And then that will go onto there like so. And I'll use dimensionals to bring it up. So bringing in my base colour, as I just said, is Granny Apple Green. For those of you that would wish to fold and score, it's scored at the 4-inch mark. I have just folded it in half and burnished with my bone folder. There we go. Lovely. Then I can mount that onto there, again with my glue. Mount it onto there. Perfect. And then, as I said, I'm going to pop this one up, but I'm going to use dimensionals, so to give it a bit of dimension. Only really need about 3. So quite a quick card, or another quick card, because obviously when we're making Christmas cards, we don't want them to be over complicated, because when we do send them out, we're going to be sending loads out and we want them to be quick and easy. So the only thing left to do now is to pop this inside. I'm going to use my stamp and seal for that one. Run that down. So Friday's card will be a little more involved for those people that want to send cards to those special ones. You know, the ones that you want to sit on the mantelpiece and people go, oh, wow, where did you get that from? And who sent you that? There you go. So that is today's card. So you've got the green version and we've got the blue version. So thank you ever so much. I'll straighten that bit up. So thank you ever so much for joining me today. I hope you like these cards. As I said, I'm back on Friday with our final version. It will be a funky fold, so do join me if you can. Whatever you do for the rest of the day, stay safe and take care. Bye.